Ruth has a song she'd like to share with everybody after we tell you a little bit about how we got married. We went down to Town Hall in West Hartford and just, applied for a license. And, actually, I didn't think there'd be that much to it, and I didn't think we'd be leaving married. But they just happened to have a justice of the peace on hand, and he just happened to be available.
Which day was
And
this?
On the 13th.
Monday.
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 Monday afternoon.
January
In fact,
13th.
he made a comment about how most people don't get married on a Monday afternoon.
You got married
So
on
he was happy to have something to do.
Yes.
Yes.
And it turned out to be very nice, and he was very kind of sweet. And well, I didn't want anything too traditional. I don't like having somebody write my vows for me, as you know. But on the other hand, the way things just all came together, and Ruth is so sweet, and she's such a beautiful blessing in my life. She's just made everything so wonderful. I just thought, I'll let anybody put words in my mouth, and that's how it went. So we just went with the flow. We went with the flow, and we walked out of that building married. And but we thought the vows were pretty interesting too, and we'd like to share them with you. First of all, he opened with an Apache wedding blessing. Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be shelter to the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warmth to the other. Now there is no more loneliness, for each of you will be companion to the other. Now you are two bodies, but there is one life before you. Go now to your dwelling place to enter into the days of your togetherness, and may your days be good and long upon the earth. And that was the Apache wedding blessing. And then the rest of it was just, we promised to love, honor, and cherish each other for the rest of our lives. I think it said that. Yeah. Would you like to actually read it, huh?
I need my glasses too.
What did you do about rings?
We have them, but I'll show you just, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you'll have to tell them about
I'll
the
tell you
rings.
about that. He said, today we are gathered here to join the two of you in marriage and to share in the joy of this occasion, which is meant to be one of the happiest and most memorable moments of your lives. On this, your wedding day, you are different from all other people in the world. You stand within a magic circle, a circle filled with your love and your devotion to one another. Remember, your love and devotion is not meant to symbolize the possession of each of you by the other. Instead, it should serve as a source of common energy from which each of you can draw inner strength. From this moment forward, each day should bring you closer together than ever before. You must love each other and show your love for one another at all times, whether it is during times of sickness or health, or when living through disappointing circumstances, or through the great joys that life will send your way. Finally, though the two of you are bound together from this day forward, I encourage you to also develop yourselves as individuals. When the time is right, you must find the strength to stand apart from one another, to seek out your own unique destinies, and to make your own special contribution to the world in which we live. Isn't that beautiful?
So that was that.
That was it.
Yeah.
And then he said,
And he did walk us through that. Okay, now repeat after me.
Right.
So you promise. Do
You
you,
take-
Jim, promise
take
to
this- take this woman as
Yeah,
your love.
and all that stuff. But, and then I put the ring on her finger, and she did the vow, and she put the ring on my finger. And then he said, "Okay, you want a picture? You're married."
It was so beautiful. We had tears in our eyes, and the rings were created by my son-in-law, who is a jeweler, and we both decided we would have them be silver and gold, because Jim loves silver and I wanted a little gold in there too. So what we did was we had a ring of gold in the center and two little rings of silver, and they're all melded together. And so it's actually three rings in one that you can't tell it's different rings, but they're all there, and the center's gold. So I like that because it reminds me of the fact that even though as we age, we'll tarnish a bit on the outside, on the inside it'll be as pure as gold.
Okay.
And would anybody be interested in hearing a song by Ruth?
Absolutely.
Okay, we worked on this last night.
Can I interrupt
If you
for a
want, I'll
second?
hold these.
Yes,
Both of you,
yes.
blood tests.
They didn't, they don't do that
You
anymore.
don't do that anymore? No blood tests?
Baby.
No,
Only if you have a baby?
We're not gonna make babies,
Well,
Oh,
yeah, at our age.
doesn't matter.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
they didn't do it.
Not anything.
Unless you've taken over somehow.
Is that good like that?
I'm wondering if I could sit there because I don't know this.
For everybody?
I'm sure everybody else is saying.
I did. These are all different. I think that's